Make them remember what fear tastes like!
it fun for me? Struggle with sleep.
What's up, my fellow gamers? Welcome back to the channel. It's D Werewolf Gaming back with another Remnant 2 video. Alright, I hope everyone has been doing well and staying safe. Today, guys, I got a really fun build for you. This build is all about spamming your skills. So you're going to be spamming the Invader heal, the Wormhole, and also the Hunter Shroud ability. Basically, guys, you're going to have constant uptime because of the way I got this build set up. Very fun build, guys. You don't even have to use the monorail long gun. I just felt like this monorail long gun goes perfectly with this particular build. With that being said, though, the wormhole skill is amazing, especially for those who are new to this particular type of game because basically it wraps the caster forward through space and time, guys, and you can kind of aim wherever you want to take you. And whenever you get to that location, guys, you'll have a certain duration to buff, basically, to be able to do 300% increase in damage and range damage or melee damage. So that's what is great. And you're gonna have constant uptime because of the way I got this build set up. All right, with that being said, I do want to give a big thank you to everyone that continues to support me on my channel, especially those who always have something positive to say, guys. All right, and if any time you ever need any help or any advice on anything in this game, guys, always feel free to leave a comment, and I will try to help you out the best way I can. All right, guys, so I hope you enjoy the gameplay. And if you're new to this channel, you like the content, please feel free to hit that like, share, and subscribe. It does not cost a thing, guys, and it also helps to push the content on YouTube. With that being said, I'm going to let you finish watching the rest of this video, and we will go over the build breakdown shortly. Thank you for your valuable time as always. Alright, guys, so I hope you enjoyed the gameplay, and this is basically the last boss fight here, and we will get ready to go over this build breakdown. Alright, I do want to point out this isn't the most powerful version of this build, guys, and as you can see, I am getting up to 92,472 with this particular setup here. And I do want to mention, guys, also to get the most amount of damage, you definitely want to use those little bright bombs because it increases all damage by 10%. Alright, so let's get ready to go over this build. Alright, so I did use the Invader as the primary class. And basically, it's this particular setup is called a Shadow Assassin, and the prime perk is called Shadow. Casting an Invader skill, he's a decoy for 5 seconds, which draws enemy fire. Deals 15% additional damage to enemies that are not targeting an Invader. All right, the Wormhole was the skill, and like I said, it wraps the caster forward through space and time. Basically, you have an increase in melee or range damage, and this duration will be 6.5 seconds. And in this particular setup, I do have a cooldown of 6.1 seconds. So like I was saying earlier, guys, you will have constant uptime. And I do want to point out one thing as well. This does count as a perfect dodge. Keep that in mind for when we go over the rest of this build. All right, guys. So the Hunter focus skill will work great as well because basically you get that, when it's focused, you get that reduced weapon spread, recoil, and sway by 50%. Also grants 25% range and range weak spot damage, and applies a mark, and those enemies that are marked will have 10% increase in critical chance. The Shroud does that as well. The Shroud, basically you get the ambush, which increases range and melee damage by 50%, but it does diminish over its duration. And like I said earlier, you do have that mark, which you have an increase in critical chance by 10%. This has a 19.5, lasts for 19.5 seconds with a cooldown of 15.8 seconds. So like I said, you're going to be going back and forth, guys, confusing those enemies, and, you know. All right, for this setup, guys, you do want to go with the light armor because of the amulet that I am wearing, which is called a 0 hour. So, but choose whichever light armor you prefer. This was just the one I was wearing this given moment. All right, the Trinket Heart Relic was great for this particular setup because of the passive health regen of 2 per second. And on use, it doubles all health regeneration for 15 seconds. If you don't have that, guys, just use the Profane Heart or any other relic that you prefer. All right, the Monorail Long Gun. The mod on this gun is called a Recoil Dampener. Basically stabilize the gun, guys, so that way you don't overcharge it and kill yourself as easily. And I did pair it with the Supercharger to decrease charge time for bows and fusion rifle by 30%. Also, you gain 15% increase in range critical chance. Your melee weapon did not matter. I did like using the Spectral Blade because being able to spread that AoE and keep the ads off you, that's one reason why I always pair it with the Shock Mutator. But the Opportunist Mutator would work great as well, guys, because you have a 100% critical melee chance for 2 seconds whenever you do use that particular mutator as well. All right, your handgun, it didn't really matter. I did go with the Sure Shot handgun, guys, but I did pair it with the Song of Aether to slow those enemies down and do a little bit of damage. And I paired it with the Insulator Mutator as well to get a little bit of shield. That's 5% of your max health. And at level 10, it increases critical chance of this weapon by 10% as long as the shield is above 10%. All right, the Burden of the Rebel. Now you will have reduced relic use speed by 25%, but you will get reduced skill cooldowns by 15%. All right, Archer's Crest Ring increases projectile speed by 20% and decreases firearm charge time by 25%. Definitely need this ring in this particular setup here. Probability core to get increasing critical damage by 20%. And the Kari Warband. Kari Warband, on perfect dodge, you get increasing critical chance and critical damage by 10%. I told you earlier that your main skill counts as a perfect dodge when you're using the wormhole. And all right, and the 0 hour amulet is great because it increases all damage by 20% and critical chance by 10%. As long as you're with lightweight class, guys, and anything above that, you will start slowly losing those benefits. All damage by 5% and critical chance by 2.5%. 2.5%. That was just one amulet I was using. Now, sometimes during the gameplay, guys, I was using the Zero Divide amulet, especially when you're doing the trials or trial by fire, or even the gauntlet itself, boss rush. That way, I didn't have to worry about any ammo, guys. And as you can see in the game demonstration I'm going to do right here, the damage isn't that far off from what I was doing when I was using the 0 hour amulet. So ultimately, it's whichever one works best for you, because most of these bosses you will be 1 or 2 shot anyway. So this is another amulet I enjoy using. All right, for your traits, Untouchable comes with the Invader, increases evade window by 30%. Long Shot comes with the Hunter. This increases weapon ideal range by 6 meters. Did have 10 points in Triage to increase healing by 50%. This works great with the Tranquil Heart Relic to improve the healing you get from that. Did have 10 points in Fortified to increase armor effectiveness by 50%. You definitely need that, guys, because this build is pretty squishy. I did have 10 points in Gifted to extend skill duration by 30%. All right, 10 points in Vigor to increase max health by 30. 10 points in Spirit, guys. Get your skills back a little, mods back faster. 10 points in Expertise to get your skills back faster. They have 10 points in Bark Skin to reduce all incoming damage by 10%. 10 points in Handling. You definitely need this, guys, unless you're using the Hunter's Focus to help improve that, stabilize the monorail long gun better. All right, Insight did have right at 6 points in that to get a little bit of mod generation with that. And Endurance comes automatically. Got 4 points in that, comes automatic with the Invader. All right, for the Fragment, guys, they have critical damage, weak spot damage, and skill cooldown. With a fire rate, with Sniper, which is basically range and weak spot damage. Meta, which is weak spot damage and critical damage. Revitalize, which is health regeneration, skill cooldown. Munitions, which is range crit chance plus ammo reserve. And Unbridled was a legendary perk, basically reduces all skill cooldowns by half. And keep in mind, guys, I did use the Xenoplast concoction as well to get even 10% more skill cooldown on this particular build here. All right, guys, so if you like the build, give it a thumbs up. Thank you for your valuable time as always. Really appreciate each and every one of you who always take time to stop by. All right, D-Werewolf out.